This is a 2010 Acura MDX, and I just wanted to give a couple of tips. A couple of things are going to make it easier to undo the clips. They're connecting these to the coils before they come out, and this will make all the difference in the world. A couple other things. Once these are out, you can see in other videos on YouTube, but there's a certain length that you want to get in there to change your spark plugs. And so I'll just give you some tips here. It's a 5/8 spark plug removing tool. This is a 3-inch 3/8 extension. The tip I'm giving you is this is an 1.5 inch extension. And it worked out perfectly. So when that goes in there, it sticks out of the spark plug well about 1 inch, if you will, and then there's just enough room to get a flex head in there. This one's a nice one from Canadian Tire. It does a 15-inch extension and then extends down. And so anyways, back to what I was going to say. This is about I believe they call this a 5-inch, and it has a little bit of a turn on it. Anyways, it doesn't have to be like this, but this worked out well. You'll find with these connections, there we go. So what I want to show you is right there is the magic. That line, anywhere along there is where you press. You press there. Don't press here. Probably break things. Press here, and then it'll lever this lower part away from this. So, I don't know if you can hear it, but and you also, the other tip is you want to have this pressed down all the way down. So go ahead, press all 3 of them down far to relieve pressure off of the lower section. You want this clip that's right here, you want it all the way down so that when you press this, it'll lever away without trying to rub on this. So sorry, it's kind of weird with holding it. So if you heard that clip, that click, there you go. I pressed it down with my finger and it popped back in because it's kind of plastic spring loaded. Do it again. And so you can actually go along, as long as you press them all down, you can go along and actually get all 3 of them to unclip. And then you just pull them out. This is especially important to save a nightmare of when you're doing it in the back. So in the back, the clips, you'll just follow your hand down. You'll need a camera to do this. These are already undone. But in the back, it's especially important because then you can get down there with this tool. So you feel, when you're back there, you just put your hand down there and feel, and you can use a camera, a cell phone camera, to get in there and find that part that I was talking about. And I was able to do the same thing back there. I pushed them all down so they're seated first. Then I got in with this. This tool is the perfect tool because it's got this angle. I really recommend buying one. This one's 5 inches and has a 45-degree turn, and it's pretty thin. So, I was able to do the same thing at the very top of the click, push it, and I heard a click, 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 all 3 of them. But before I was doing that, it was a real sort of struggle before knowing how they come off. So yeah, I just wanted to share that. And that's for Acura MDX. I guess it applies to many other models. So I hope that will be useful. These are the spark plugs. Got these at Canadian Tire. That's a new one right there. They come with a washer. They say it doesn't require any thread anti-seize. That's, I guess, the Canadian Tire number. But they are NGX. And anyways, these are the ones right here. This is stock with the car. This is the OEM ones. Another thing for the rear of this engine and the spark plugs. So 5/8 spark plug remover. This is the 3/8 3-inch long extension in there. So you want the setup like this, just like this. Come back. Get it down into your spark plug. Don't drop it in there yet because it'll be too short at this length. And then that right there is another 3/8 long, 3/inch long extension. And that's the 1.5 inch extension on it. So you hold this with one hand like this, and then grab this one and stick it on. And I don't think I'm gonna be able to video this. Maybe I will. So you get in here and grab it, lower it down, get it to connect in there. As you can see on this side, this is the thing that's potentially in the way. And then you can drop it down in there, turn it, get it seated on the spark plug properly. And you're ready to go. So hopefully that helps. The reason for, sorry, getting this thing to focus. The reason for adding this on here is that the angle is sort of more like this. You couldn't really easily get your wrench on here, your socket handle. So this is gonna make things a lot better as well in the rear. So I wanted to give you that information. And then when you get over here to this side with these hoses in the way, will be another thing to consider. Okay, final update. This rear spark plug is somewhat the most challenging one. Just wanted to update you. Here's the socket in here. And there's a hose right here, and a hose back here. So when I'm talking about it, right where you see the head of this is where the coil comes out. So the coil, if you can imagine trying to get it out in this area here, maneuvered up and through this hole, you can get it. It's just a little bit of monkeying around and it comes out. So the same thing when you put the new coil in, you'll come in from the top, place it down through this coil, and then get it down and in where you want it. So I switched over, had to adjust the length of this by adding different couplings in order to get this in here, and I'll show you what I did in there. I guess there's a couple different ways to do it, but There's a swivel adapter that's right here, and a couple adapters, so I'll show you here in a minute. Alright, so this is what I used to get in the back, if it's helpful to anyone else. This is what I've been using all along, the 5/8 spark plug tool, 3-inch long extension, another 3-inch long extension, and this is an adapter from 3/8 to 1/2 inch. So there's the adapter, 3/8 to 1/2 inch, and this is the 1/2 inch swivel adapter. The reason why I switched to 1/2 inch is because this adapter is longer than the 3/8 one, and then I was also able to use this as length to get in there. And then you're gonna have to have a 1/2 inch wrench to maneuver the whole thing. So that was for back here when I was working in here from the video before.